Welcome back. Our tweet of the night is from the New Jersey Generals here in the USFL. Round 4, pick 30, supplemental draft, Paris Ford, drafted by the New Jersey Generals. Former Pitt star who was undrafted last year. Andrew, I don't know about you, but I find it difficult to believe this is going to survive. They all seem to struggle every time they try. All these teams in one area in Birmingham. What's your thought on USFL? And if I had to give you a FanDuel over and under of 3 months, would it last that long?
Yeah. Well, you got Fox and NBC behind it, so I think they'll do it one season, and then they might pull the plug after that. The XFL's coming in next year. You know, the Maulers have a guy named Kyle Lauletta who went to Richmond. He's a Spider. And no relation to Spider from Goodfellas, who got his foot shot off by Joe Pesci, I don't think. He's a New Jersey kid, though, so maybe. He might be better than Mason Rudolph, for all I know. So I'll be interested in watching his development. Maybe he's the next Tommy Maddox, a guy that looked really good for the Browns in the preseason, but's never gotten that opportunity, which is one of my issues with Rudolph, Bob. You called all those preseason games. He never looks good in the preseason. I mean, he does okay.
None of them looked good last year. I mean, even Haskins. Haskins didn't even look as good as Rudolph.
But you know what I mean? I mean, I'm waiting for, at this point of his life, you know, just blow people away in the preseason. You're playing against second and third string guys. Well, and he really never does.
We're going to find out, I suppose, this year more than at any time. But as far as this USFL, you're right. The XFL's reburned. You know, I don't even rebrand it. I don't know what I expect from any of these things, but we'll see. We got a lot of calls here. We want to talk about baseball tonight, Andrew, and we haven't had much of that at all. Let's go to Mike and Butler first up tonight. What's up, Mike?
Hi, Mike.
Hey, guys. Nice pullover, by the way, Penny. And Bobby, you got to get these radio guys to wear a suit and tie one of these days.
Well, I'm trying to show radio station camaraderie and promote our brand with this. Like the coaches on the sideline of basketball games now, Mike, they're not wearing suits anymore. Am I right, Bob?
I don't like it.
Krzyzewski's wearing pullovers.
I don't like it, Mike. I want to see
just
suits.
Just like me.
I want to see suits. UCLA's head coach wears a suit now. Go ahead.
Maybe wear a hat like Woody Johnson or something. But the reason I called, Bob, you complain about a salary cap and stuff like that. How about maybe the multi-billionaire owner of the team not maybe be like embezzling billions of dollars from Major League Baseball and taxpayers and the fans? And how about maybe instead of everyone boycotting and calling for a boycott, you call your state legislators and say, demand that they make him open his books because he gets taxpayer money for his stadium and his other projects. Why is he above the law that he
Well, I've always been in favor of opening books of all teams just because of the taxpayer-funded part of everything, Andrew. But obviously, again, regardless, that's probably never going to happen. But what Bob Nutting could do to make a statement if he doesn't want to vote no to this is to come out and be very aggressive and show you that he's willing to make things happen. And just not rely on a draft and prospects which may never materialize. How many times have we seen these guys, promote guys like Mitch Keller? I'm still waiting, and many others that come to mind. But the bottom line is you got to make a statement by. There's no pressure to spend or not spend, but if you want to compete, show it.
Bob, there's no way around it here. This CBA made it harder for the Pirates to win.
Right.
Now, if you lose a free agent, you don't get draft compensation back. The NFL does that. The Major League Baseball will no longer do that. You're not going to be allowed, I guess, if you pick in the top. I think if you finish in the bottom 6 more than 2 years in a row, you're not allowed to draft in the top 10.
Yeah, which is stupid.
So
why would they agree to that?
Well, here's why. They don't want teams losing 100 games 2 years, 3 years, 4 years in a row as a strategy, which I think you can actually appreciate that, can't you?
I understand, but you also have a 6-person or 6-team lottery now, which is supposed to take care of that. So, the bottom line is, regardless of how you figure on strategically tanking, you still have to have a pretty bad product to get to that level. And that's what I'm trying to say here. I think this organization can make a statement, and I hope they do. Because
do you think they will?
No, I haven't seen it yet. You know, even when back in those 3 years, remember when Frank Coonley went out and said, "Hey, if you show up, we will expand the payroll." Well, they did a little bit, but then soon thereafter they went the other direction. So I want to see
Well, let me ask you a question about Frank Coonley. Isn't he working for Major League Baseball now?
I think so, yes.
I mean, don't you think he experienced things firsthand in Pittsburgh? You would think he would be so close friends with Rob Manfred that he would have been pushing for things in this deal that helped the Pirates, and he really didn't, as it turned out.
He spent a lot of years here as president, so he knows the inner workings of what it would take. Let's go out to John in Lower Borough. John is on the sports call. What's up, John?
Hello, John.
I think Bob Nutting's lease for PNC Park is nearing its end. I think the stadium authority should tell Nutting they are not renewing the lease. His first impression would probably be, I will move the team. And I would tell him, go ahead, we'll have another one here in a year or two. Then he would probably say, what do I have to do to sign a new lease? My answer would be, spend more money and make the team competitive. And by competitive, I mean winning 50% or more of your games. And I believe if they do this, we can take baseball back in Pittsburgh.
All right. On that note, Pony, real quick, make a comment. I got to go to break.
On that one, you want me to make a comment?
Or whatever you want to say.
I mean, I respect people's love affair, passion for the Pirates and trying to come up with clever, creative ways to try to get this team back in a winning direction. But so many of these would be completely unprecedented that I just don't think that, they would work. There have been other bad owners in sports history, and some of these suggestions, I think, are so far out there that, if you could get a bad owner out this easily, I think other teams and other cities would have done it by now.
We're due for a break. We'll take it. When we come back, we'll talk a little bit about the Penguins, who lost 2 more points in the standings. They didn't play. They play tomorrow, but the team in first won tonight impressively. We also have something to show you in baseball. Yeah, there was some baseball in college that you probably never saw before. That's next, right here on the Ireland Contracting Net and Sports Network.